Tyreek Hill, 69 yards. And the Chiefs will strike first here in this wild card matchup. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, it's Gurley again. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Here's Tannehill. He'll get this off to Gurley. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. Looking into the snowflakes, and he muffs it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a big play there for the Chiefs.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
A nice burst there as he'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. A 1st down and more for Edwards-Helaire. And he will finally be taken down at the Titans' 6-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Butker now to add the extra point. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's the former Titan Tyrann Mathieu with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get...
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 37 yards. And the Chiefs continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Butker on for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Tennessee offense set to go again. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result. Because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tannehill. He's got his tight end, Anthony Firkser. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now Tannehill. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game. He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. 21-0 our score after 1. second down, back to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early in the elements. You're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
I know what you're thinking out there, and I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Tannehill's throw into the hands of Firkser here. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Now a give running left for Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to bear.
And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs continue to pull away here in this first half.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes now a hit and a loose football. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack by Dorian O'Daniel, the linebacker from Clemson.
Still 15 yards to go, second down. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Tannehill. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Here's Brett Kern now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this returnable for Hill. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Touchdown! Demarcus Robinson, 35 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the route is on here in this first half. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays, the long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. If second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he's under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. Watch out for Hill on the return. Gets around him. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard match. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And he wants Reynolds way downfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Brett Kern now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Now Hill to return it.
Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Gordon.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins.
And the Titans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw again on second down, Tannehill. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tuck roll, didn't you? Yeah, I think that's one people remember. I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's Tannehill. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. Short little throw to Ebron. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. To the air again, Tannehill. Caught by Jones. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 2nd and 5.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is Tannehill.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Rosas' kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And now here comes Kansas City. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
To throw is Gordon.
Looking for Campbell downfield.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
63 yards on the ground for him so far.
After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Here again is McKinnon. Room here to run. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Man open is Robinson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Now Gordon.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. Gordon. This is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Kyle Pitts
from 13 yards out.
And the Chiefs have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Butker now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as AB.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Here we go. 44, Mike, 44. Here we go.
Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time for the Titans. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And his throw here is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 35. Again, Tannehill. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd down, it's Gurley again.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw, Tannehill. And he's got his man on the out route.
And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Snell.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset.
They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
They run once more with McKinnon. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
I love that play, because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. McKinnon. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.